Hello everybody, Mealworm here. I'm going to go through some safe mining practices here. Um, I guess to start I can show you my quick fit here. I'm in Adventure 3. Now, as far as fittings go, obviously mining lasers, warp stabilizer, very, very important. Any warp core stabilizer will do because they all only give the same bonus. This innate bonus will sit on top of the Venture 3's already +2 stabilization, so -2 strength bonus for an extra 1. So basically, in a 1v1, you'll always be able to get out safe. But hopefully, you won't have to use that if you follow this through. Um, I'm pretty tanky as it stands, but nothing too crazy here. I'm sitting in low sec because I'm not too keen on getting popped on video, but I'm going to show you what to do here. So I personally will usually just go through and jump to where I need to go because I've done the trip so many times, but we can go through the long way and set ourselves a destination route. So let's say I want to go here and mine. This is honestly where I almost always am. We're going to let the autopilot do its thing. I will always recommend
Warp drive
keeping
active.
this open. You can get into here by clicking or tapping on the players. This will let you know who you have tagged. You can see who's in the system. You can run it in small mode like this, but you cannot view the players like this. You have to go to big, then you can click into somebody and get into their info. So that's kind of an annoyance, but this will let you see more at once. Once we get into our system, what I like to do during the warp is I'll set my new autopilot somewhere safe. I'll usually always just go back to recent here. And this will give you my get out of jail free button. So here we go. We got 4 people in here, rather quiet. So what we can do is we can warp on in to where we'd like to go. So I like to warp in close
Warp
because
drive
it's going to
active.
be a massive pain to try and get out. With very few people like this in the system, it's very unlikely that there's somebody just sitting in the cluster. And if you really wanted to, you could click through to make sure that there's no big groups of people from the same corp in here, no squads rolling about. So we're going to come right on in. I like to zoom out pretty much all the way. Go our RTS camera mode here. We're going to stay on mining, and when we get in, we'll get the quick view, make sure there's no one in here. Go all the way to the bottom, to the deepest ones here. And let's say here we want Nice. So we're going to lock this and approach it. I usually turn on the afterburner just to get there quicker. Now we actually want to go past this outer ring here. So I'll line up the warp beacon and where I'm going and double tap or double click, and you'll see that's going to set us actually a space out here that we're going to fly to. So we're actually going to fly past this asteroid because we want to be out here as far away from this as we can be. So once we get close enough to start hitting this with our lasers, go ahead and turn them on. I've got a lot of mining skills, so my range is actually closer to about 20 kilometers, but at base you'll be at 15. So basically now what we're going to do is we're going to sit and wait. We're going to swing all the way out past this asteroid. And once we get out here, then we're going to stop and move on to our next step. I do like to click or tap on here just to see how far away we are. In a perfect world, depending on how the ores are lined up, you might be able to get 40, 50 kilometers away. But anything above 30 will keep you safe. You'll be able to warp out before somebody can get a disruptor on you. So here we are. We're getting close to our max range, so I'm going to turn this off. And you will drift about another kilometer or two when you stop. So when I get to about 15 or 16, I'll double tap here, and this is going to stop me. Now, since I have my autopilot set, it is going to tell me which Stargate I'm going to want to jump to. So what you can do is you can zoom on into yourself and do approach. And you're going to see the first thing your ship's going to do is it's going to align. As soon as it's done aligning, just turn off your engines again. And basically now, if somebody were to warp on into this, all you have to do is hit this button here. You're already aligned. It's going to ramp up your engines, and you're going to shoot right on off. So here we are. We're 17 kilometers away, and from the warp beacon, we are 50 kilometers. Wicked safe. The next thing that you will have to do, obviously, is keep an eye on, when people warp in, your screen will blink a little bit. I find if you zoom out a little bit more, you'll be able to kind of see their icons come in, so you'll get a quick look. And if you're fast enough, you can tell, oh, this is a frigate, oh, this is a cruiser, time to jump. The other thing is keep this open and watch it. I'll usually go to big mode for this, and as people jump in, I'll check, make sure they're corpse. If 5 people jump in, I'll check their corpse right away. If there are 3, 4 people of the same corp, that's definitely a hunting squad, and you got to get out. But from here, basically, you can just sit and wait. Obviously, don't leave your phone down or walk away from your computer, and sit here and mine on out. Now, in the event that somebody does warp in, you're going to have, as long as you're quick enough, you're going to have quite a bit of time to hit this button here, set that autopilot, and jump on out. In the event that, someone is cloaked or they manage to get to you, hit that afterburner to make sure you can get away. And if you get disrupted, hit this for an extra +1. So this is going to give you 4 warp stabilization. So any one single ship is not going to be able to push that out. But if you have a squad, it's important to make sure that, since we're far away, that they can't get all of those disruptors on you. From here, it's a little bit of a waiting game. You're just going to go ahead and chill out. I can see some other people popped in here. Standard. No one's really grouped up here. I'm not even going to try and pronounce these, but they're usually all different corps. You can usually trust that you won't be getting anything crazy here. We've got 2 more different corps. So not really a hunting squad. People will be jumping in and out, so if someone does jump in, your screen will flash. Make sure it's a venture, and if it isn't, then you can get on out. Obviously, keep this in the forefront if you are planning on doing some mining and looking away for even more than a couple minutes, even a minute. I would stay out of null, go do some AFK high-sec farming, but I'm pretty safe here. Even getting rolled up on squads, they're not able to get into you close as long as you're quick. And our goal is to always make sure that we're on these outside here, which is why when we come in and do mining to look for our asteroids, we run to the bottom to get the furthest ones away. So obviously these are all the way on the other side, but as we get to the warp gate, it's going to give us these as the furthest away. In the event that you get to an asteroid, and let's say this niece is about to run out, then what I can do is I can come to close, go all the way up to the top, find another niece. Here we go. Here's another one. I can lock it as well, and should this one run out, then I can basically do that same process. We're gonna, let's wait for these to, let's say that runs out and it goes away. So then what we can do is we can approach. Since we're only a few kilometers away, the afterburner is just going to shoot us across, and we don't want that. So we just want to get close enough, probably about 3 or 4 kilometers inside of your actual mining range. So I hit 20, so I'm going to go ahead and pop these. So I'm going to get in to about 17 or 18. Here we go. So I'm going to turn off my engines. I'm going to drift in, and we're going to do that same process again. We come to our Stargate. This one's highlighted, so this is my next jump on my route back to base. So then we can come in through, go to approach, and we can look at our ship, and as soon as it's done doing its alignment, then we'll turn off our engines here. So we're already pointed in the right direction, and that's all it takes. And I can show you guys if we, let's get all the way down to 0. All right, so let's say here, we've been sitting here, we've been mining, our cargo's full, or somebody jumps in, takes that single click. Since we're already lined up, it's just going to bring us up, and we're out. As soon as you see that warp active, you cannot be disrupted anymore. So those people only have a few seconds to get to you, and you also only have a few seconds to get out. You can stop your autopilot once you're in warp here, just to stop at the gate. If you false alarm, oh, hold on, it was just a venture, or if you need to recenter, go somewhere else, pick something up. Otherwise, you can leave it on. It's going to take you right into the gate, and it's going to jump you and start moving you downwards. Um, those are the basic tips and tricks. Obviously, with groups, it gets a little different. Luckily, nobody, let's just get back to base so we're safe. Luckily, nobody rolled up on us or tried to kill us, although that would have been good for teaching. But if you guys have questions, hit me up on the Discord, and I'll be happy to help you all out.
Warp drive active.